Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So, today we are going to be talking about the shows and movies that I've been watching for the month of July. Oh man, and I've seen some good stuff. If you have seen, I think, the previous video, or maybe whatever, if you've seen a recent video from me, and you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm going to be talking about first. Of course, it is Barbie the Movie. You know how much I love Barbie. If you have not seen my Barbie collection, I think I've got like 4 videos and an entire playlist showcasing their amazingness. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into the movie. So, Barbie right now can only be seen in theaters. So, I saw it at the movie theater. And Rotten Tomatoes score gave it 90%. Audience score was 88%. It stars Margot Robbie as Barbie, Ryan Gosling as Ken, Amanda Ferrera as, I can't even remember her name, but she's like just a normal person. And then Kate McKinnon as Barbie. Most of the people, there's like dozens and dozens of huge stars in this movie. And most of the people are Barbie. But Margot Robbie is the stereotypical Barbie. So, hold on. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Okay, so I don't even know what to say about this movie. Okay, so Barbie, of course, lives in like magical Barbie land where everything is perfect. Everyone, every day is happy. It's the most perfect day forever, right? Unless you're Ken. Ken is only happy if Barbie looks at him. And the main stereotypical Barbie. He like lives to make her happy. And if you've ever seen any of the Barbie shows, like there's some sort of, I think it's called like Barbie Dreamhouse on Netflix. My daughter used to watch that. You know, I watched it. Ken is only happy when Barbie gives him any attention. It's true. So they're living in this wonderful Barbie land that's perfect, unless you're Ken. And Barbie, Margot Robbie, starts to have these weird thoughts about death. And she's like, and she asks people in the middle of like a huge dance party, do you ever think about death? And like the music stops and all the other Barbies look at her like, what? And she was like, I mean, like I'm just dying to dance all night long. Like she realizes, other people aren't having these thoughts. What's going on? And she confides in one of the Barbies. I don't remember which one. And they're like, oh my gosh, you need to go talk to Crazy Barbie, which is Kate McKinnon. She was a Barbie doll that got played with too hard in the real world. Her hair is crazy. She has markers drawn all over her face. And she's constantly in the splits. I don't know. I absolutely love Kate McKinnon. And of course, she's the Crazy Barbie. Anyway, so Crazy Barbie is like, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. You can take this high heel, it's kind of like a Matrix thing, and continue on with your life. Or you can take this flat sandal and know about the real world. Barbie doesn't want to know about the real world, but Crazy Barbie makes her. And then she travels to the real world. There is a rip in their Barbie Land universe that connects to the real world. And so the movie is just about Barbie going into the real world and realizing what Barbie is and how people feel about Barbie and stuff like that. I really liked the movie. And in the trailer it says if you hate Barbie, no, if you love Barbie, you're going to love this movie. If you hate Barbie, you're going to love this movie. And I agree with that, because there are people in the real world, in the movie, and I'm sure in real life, that absolutely hate Barbie and everything she stands for. And they show both sides, what Barbie really is and what people think when they see Barbie. And I don't know, it's just a movie that makes you think about life. And I had no idea what Barbie really was. I had no idea, and it was right in front of my face the whole time. I don't know. But this movie is called Barbie, but I feel like it really shines a light on Ken. And I know it sounds so stupid talking about toys. It really does. But this movie, I don't think that this movie is really for kids. Kids will enjoy it, but I think it's geared towards adults. And there is nostalgia, but it really makes you think about the world and life, and it's really, really good. But okay, so before this movie came out, me and my husband, we were at the grocery store at H-E-B, and I don't remember what we were getting, but on the end cap, there was like a Barbie end cap. And I was like, oh my gosh, are these the Barbies from the movie? Because I hadn't seen the movie yet. So I go up to it, and I grab one, and I was like, oh, this is stupid Ken. No. And I put it back, and I grabbed Margot Robbie Barbie. I was like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. And I was like, you don't need another Barbie. Just chill. Because I would buy all the Barbies if I could, right? So I didn't get the Barbie. After the movie, I was so, like, this movie is, like, emotional. It is so fun. You will definitely laugh, but there are parts in it that I was, like, fighting back tears in the theater. I was like, don't be that person. Do not cry at the Barbie movie, okay? Don't do that. But, oh my gosh, it, like, crushed my soul. Even in the end, I was just like, oh my gosh, it does end well, and there's a funny part. But on the ride home, I just kept thinking about Ken, because he's so overlooked, and this movie shows exactly that. And Ryan Gosling, I'm pretty sure he's going to win some type of, I don't know, award or whatever for his role in it. Like, it sounds stupid, and based on the trailer, it's like, this is going to be such a stupid movie, but no. Ryan Gosling was better than Barbie. That's just my opinion. But I was just so upset, and I thought back about when I was at the store and I had picked up Ken, and I picked up Ken, and I was like, oh, I don't want stupid Ken, and I put him back, and I grabbed Barbie, and I was like, oh my god, I'm part of the problem. Like, Ken has any feelings at all, right? Now I do. I feel like he does. So me and my daughter had to go to the store on the way home, and I was like, you know what? If that Ken is still there, I'm going to buy him. I must have this Ken. I have to. So they had him. I don't know if I'm getting a glare. I'm not. Okay. So I had to buy Ken. I had to. I pushed Barbie aside to get to Ken. That's how much the movie affected me, okay? I still love Barbie, but I have to have this Ken. And I know, whatever, who cares? I don't care if you think I'm crazy. If you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. So this is Beachkin, which is basically the stereotypical Ken. He knows how to beach. And it looks like he's getting ready for a beach off. It's something from the movie. But this is also him on the movie poster, so. And it doesn't really say anything. You know how Barbie boxes say stuff on the back or whatever? It doesn't. The only thing it says is Barbie the Movie. And it says, "Greetings from Barbie Land. Wishing you the best day ever." So, yes. Now I have Ken. Okay, so, yeah. That movie was great. And as soon as the movie was over, I was immediately like, I want to watch the movie again, but I don't want to pay for it, so I'm gonna wait for it to come out on streaming or, whatever. But like, I just wanted to watch it again. Okay, enough about Barbie. We're done. Okay, the next movie that I saw was another nostalgic type movie, and yes, it was for kids, but whatever. Okay, so it was the Super Mario Brothers movie. I watched it on Amazon because my mother-in-law bought it, but it actually comes out on Peacock, I believe, August 3rd. So if you want to watch it and you have Peacock, just wait until the 3rd, you can see it. It stars Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Seth Rogen. It has so many people in this movie. So many people. Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 59. What? Audience score gave it a 95. And I agree. This movie was so very nostalgic. It's for kids. It's for adults. The adults get there's lots of Easter eggs, because who didn't grow up playing Nintendo, like my dad is like in his 60s. My mom, I don't know if my mom ever played it, but my dad definitely played it. So, you know what I mean? Like, it covers ages 60 to like 1. You know what I mean? This movie is great. It's for everyone. It's fun for everyone. It's action packed, and I don't know. I wish I had a smile plastered on my face the entire time. And my husband, we were watching it. I was watching it with the kids, and he was home. And I was like, "We're gonna watch the Super Mario Brother movie. Do you want to watch it?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go cut the yard and do stuff, because it's really hard to get him to sit down and watch a movie or a show." Anyway, so he went and did his yard work, which took like 2 seconds because it's so hot here. The grass is like dying. Ugh. Anyway, so he ended up like walking through the living room, and he caught a piece of it, and he started laughing, and then he went and put his yard stuff away and then sat down on a couch and didn't move until the end of the movie. He loved it. Everyone would love this movie. But it's about Mario and Luigi in the real world. It's animated, and they are these Italian brothers, but they're like American Italian or something. And they have a plumbing business that they're trying to get off the ground. But they're like, nobody wants their service, So they're like, let's make a commercial where we're super mega, like, stereotypical Italian, And they did, and their whole family was like making fun of them or whatever. Well, they get a call and they go on a job, and they find these, like, they go down in the tunnel where the main water break is, and then they see a bunch of like pipes that they're like, whoa, people haven't been down here in years. What is this? Well, one of them is like some portal to the Super Mario world, and they get sucked in to the world, and Mario lands in, like, I don't know what it's called, like Peach's Land or something. I don't know. I can't remember. And Luigi gets thrown into Bowser's world. So Mario needs to save Luigi, and he teams up with Peaches and, all the good people to have this ultimate fight with Bowser. And Bowser wants to take over the world, but he wants to take over the world with Peaches because he's secretly in love with Peaches. It's just so fun and awesome. And then Donkey Kong, like, I don't know if it's a gorilla or what it is Seth Rogen. And I'm like, of course it's Seth Rogen. He plays this real, like, dumb guy. I don't know. It's hilarious. I highly recommend it. It's great. Okay, the next show that I watched is a show called Platonic, and it is on Apple TV. Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 92. Audience score gave it a 73. It stars Rose Byrne. I love her. Seth Rogen, I love him. And Luke McFarland. He was in another show, but I can't remember what it was. It's driving me nuts. Now, this was supposed to be a limited series, but I think that it did so well. And the way it ended, there could be another season, and I'm like, please, please, please let that happen. But it's called Platonic because Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen, back in college, used to be best friends, and there was never anything between them. It was strictly platonic. And Seth Rogen was dating this girl, and Rose Byrne is married or whatever, and Seth Rogen was her bridesmaid at the wedding, so anyway, but Seth Rogen started dating this girl, and his friend Rose was like, I don't know the friend's name, but his friend Rose Byrne, she's all like, I don't think she's good for you. This isn't, I'm just looking out for you as a friend. And so he's like, well, you know what? I'm marrying her, so screw you. And the woman he married didn't like his friend, so they had a kind of rift. Years later, she's looking at her Facebook, and she sees that they are getting divorced, and she's like, yes. Maybe I can have my friend back. So she reaches out, and slowly they rekindle their friendship. And the problem with that is their friendship is kind of crazy and toxic, and it kind of like throws both of their worlds upside down. But ultimately their friendship is good, but they just bring something out in the other that makes it toxic, It's very funny, very awkward, and like, oh my god, is this actually happening type stuff. And it had a really good ending, but I also was very sad. Like, it was a happy ending, but I felt sad watching it. And I was like, I don't like this. And I'm upset because I just want more. And I think that that's why there is a possibility for a second season, because it's just so good. It's just fantastic. Okay, so the next thing that I watched was a movie, and it is called The Fablemans. And I watched it on Paramount Plus. Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 92%. Audience score gave it an 83. It stars Michelle Williams. I love her. Seth Rogen. Let me just pause for a second. Seth Rogen is like on it. Like, he is just, everything that he does is like, yes. And he's making a lot of stuff, and I love it. And it also stars Gabriel LaBelle, I think. Okay, this movie is like weird, awkward, interesting, and ultimately beautiful. Like, what? Okay, so it's about this young boy who his parents take him. This is like back, I don't know, maybe 50s. His parents take him to go see his first movie. And his dad is some like scientist type guy, and this little boy is very scared to go watch a movie, you know, because he's never seen a movie before and he thinks that it's scary. And his dad explains to him what movies are, and the way he explained it was just like really cool. It's about like for every second there's like 24 frames, there's 24 pictures, and a picture is not scary, right? It's just a picture that's shown very quickly to make them look like they move, you know. So that's why they're called movies and stuff. And I don't know, the way he explained it to the little boy, I was just like, that's cool, I like that, you know. Anyway, and so he sits there in this movie theater and he's just like blown away, like, what is this magic, you know? And then there's this train crash, and it's like, it looks traumatic, and the parents look at each other like, oh no, because they're like, should we have brought him to see this? Like, I don't know. Anyway, and so the kid looks traumatized, but now he's into trains, and so he's Jewish, and so for each day of Hanukkah, he gets a different part of a train, which was so cute. And then his dad shows him how to work it, but it's like one of those real trains where there's actual steam coming out the top and stuff. It looks so cool. And he wants to make like a little movie with this train. So, but he's afraid that he'll get in trouble using his dad's camera or whatever. So he waits until they're in bed, and then he goes to wherever the train is like set up, and he starts recording, and then all of a sudden you hear this loud like explosion. You're like, what's going on? And he made the train crash, and his dad thinks it's an accident, but his mom sees something else. And so she's like, don't tell your dad, but I'm gonna let you like record it. Yeah, record it. The first time he didn't record it. He just wanted to see the train crash. So she's like, we're gonna record it one time, and then you can watch the crash over and over again. So he records it, but he records it for a while, and he makes it continually crash and crash and crash. Anyway, whatever. So this is the beginning of his story, of his love of movies. And so it kind of reminds me of like off of there's a show, The Goldbergs. You know how that kid likes recording? It's kind of like that. And so you see this kid grow up, and he gets better and better at making these movies and stuff, but his family is just crazy. They like move from, I don't know, New York or New Jersey to Arizona, maybe, I don't know, maybe New Mexico, somewhere in the desert. And his mom is just like not having it. She's like, I don't want to move, you can't leave your best friend, you know. And his dad's best friend is Seth Rogen, and she's like, you can't leave your best friend. And so he gets his best friend a job at the new place, so they all move down there together. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, I just felt weird about that. So I was thinking like maybe the dad's gay with his best friend, right? That's not the case at all. Anyway, and so his dad gets better at his job, and I think they want him at IBM or something, so they need to move again. The mom has lost it. The best friend cannot go because he's not as smart or something, so the family moves. Well, when they move there, stuff's not right. The dad's more angry. The mom is sad, and she gets so sad that she buys a monkey. Like, that's how weird and funky this stuff is. Well, the whole time the son is like recording, you know, his family life and stuff, and he finds something out, and it just rocks his whole world. It was a really good movie, and you know, I don't want to give too much away, but at the end of the movie I was just like, what the hell did I just watch? this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, and I went to Rotten Tomatoes to be like, what did anybody else think about this movie? You know, like I want to read their reviews. And then I found something out, which apparently everyone knew about but me. Like, I didn't know anything about the Fablemans. I saw the trailer and it looked like a movie about like the 50s. So I was like, yes, I want to see this. I'm not making any spoilers. I was just the only one who didn't know this, but I found out that Steven Spielberg directed it and he wrote it, and it is loosely based off of his own real life. And then I was just like, oh my god, it changed the entire movie for me knowing that. Like, if I would have known that going in, I would have really appreciated the movie more. But finding that out after, I was just like, oh my god, he's amazing. He's amazing. And to see who he is, and to see how he began and what he went through to get where he is now, just makes it so beautiful. So beautiful. So then I watched it again. It was great. I loved it. Okay, the next movie that I watched is called Maggie Moore. I watched it on Amazon, and Rotten Tomato score gave it a 51. Audience score gave it a 68. I don't agree with either of those scores. I thought the movie was pretty good. I didn't know what I was going into, but it was great. It stars John Hamm. I love John Hamm. I mean, come on, Mad Men. I love that show. Like, I'm sad that Mad Men doesn't exist anymore. Tina Fey, I love her. Saturday Night Live. And Micah Stock, I like him. He's been in a lot of like odd parts and shows, and he needs to be a bigger star than he is, you know. But this is a very strange movie. It's about a police investigation about two bizarre murders and of these women, and both of the women's names are Maggie Moore. That's interesting, right? So it's just about the investigation, and I don't want to give anything away. It's hilarious. It involves no murder plans whatsoever, but somehow these two women get murdered. What? I don't even know. I'm afraid if I say things, it will ruin it. But it is hilarious. Hilarious. It's so, like, what is going on? It's the most unexpected thing. Because me telling you that it's about two bizarre murders with the women who have the same name, it's like, okay, this is going to be a true crime type thing, or, you know, something like that, or like a murder mystery situation. No, you find out immediately, right away, what actually happened. But there's a hitman who was involved, but the person who got in contact with the hitman was unaware that he was a hitman. And he was supposed to scare one of these people, and he did something else. There is a restaurant that's involved in some dirty business. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's fun. It's completely unexpected. It's a good watch. I've been trying to convince my husband to watch it, but I can't tell him anything about it. It's something that you just need to experience. I loved it. I really, really loved it. So I don't understand the ratings. What? Whatever. Okay. Anyway, the next show that I watched is a show called High Desert. It is on Apple TV. Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 71. Audience score gave it an 80. I loved it. I do, okay, it stars Patricia Arquette. She is fantastic. Fantastic. Great. Matt Dillon, who I haven't seen in a movie or a show or anything in like forever. So I was like, what? Matt Dillon's in this? And then Brad Garrett. I love him. I do want to mention that this show has been canceled. I don't care. I'm still telling you about it because it's still great. It's like, I'm upset that it's canceled, and I'm like, why? Why was this canceled? So you're never going to know the end, but if you have seen this movie, you're like, do I want to know the end? Like, because Patricia Arquette is this crazy lady. She is like a major black sheep of whatever family, okay? It starts out where she is having a Thanksgiving dinner party with her family. I think it's like in California or something because it's hot. There's a pool party going on. Just, there's people everywhere. And everything seems fine. And then you see cops kind of like surround the house. It's going to be a raid, okay? And you're like, what's going on? And then they hear the cops knocking, and then she and her husband go running, and they're just trying to flush drugs down the disposal, the toilet, all kinds of stuff. She acts like, what's going on? Whatever. She knew. Her husband goes to prison. Anyway, so then it's like 10 years later. She has got a crap life. Just not good. Not good at all. And she works at like some country like place. It's like I don't want to call it an amusement park, but it's kind of like that, where she has to dress up and role play that she's in the Western times or something. I don't know. But she always has to go to the methadone clinic because she's a recovering addict, but she's on methadone. But then she does drugs on the side. Like, I don't know. She's crazy. Like, for real crazy. She's trying to get her life together. That's what she says. Her mother just died, so she has all of her, she lives in her mother's house, and her family, her brother and sister, they've got their life together. They're totally functioning adults, you know. She is not. And she decides all of a sudden that I need to get my life together. I need to get more money going on. So she comes up with this plan to become a private investigator, like detective type thing. And she starts working for, what's that guy's name? Brad Garrett, who is a down on his luck ex-cop who has like those cheesy, it's like Saul Goodman type, you got a problem, I can fix it type commercial. Where he's a private investigator, and so she's gonna work for him, you know. I don't know. It's the craziest show I've probably ever seen, and it was like, what? It was so unexpected. What am I watching? What is gonna happen next? And then it just ends. But I mean, I'm not mad that it's canceled, because it's like, what could have happened in season 2? And do I want to know what would have happened? That's how crazy it was. So, but it's still a very good show. Very entertaining. Okay, the last thing that I watched, I don't know what to say about it. Okay, so it was a movie on Netflix, and it is called Run, Rabbit, Run. Rotten Tomatoes score gave it a 37. Audience score gave it a 23. Yikes. It stars Sarah Snook, which that's the reason that I watched it, is because she's from Succession. And it also stars Lily Latore? I don't know. Okay, so it's about this woman. She's like a single woman, divorced, whatever. And she has this little girl who's about like 8 or 9. And it's just about their life. But one day they come home and there's this bunny just waiting for them at the door. I don't understand the bunny's significance. It makes no sense in the movie whatsoever, but it's there. And so the little girl's like, yay, I want a bunny. And the mom's like, no. But she lets her take care of it. And she's like, we'll see if somebody's missing it tomorrow, you know? And after this whole bunny situation, she tries, after her kid goes to bed, she tries to throw the bunny over the fence, like, go away, you know, but the bunny bites her and it's like, no. So she's like, whoa, fine, okay, whatever. So they end up keeping this bunny. And this little girl who was very happy and bouncy and, like, you know, whatever, she starts to get more, like, cranky and, like, I don't know, depressed, and she just, like, very snappy at her mother, and she starts questioning, like, where are pictures of this girl? And she's like, how do you know that name? You know, and she's like, well, it's your sister, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, who told you about her? You know, and apparently the mom had a sister when she was growing up, and one day the sister just went missing, and she's never been found. You know, and it was kind of like a dark thing from this woman's past that was not talked about. But the girl is insisting on having pictures up of the sister and stuff, and she's like, what? No, I don't want to talk to you about this. This is not a fun experience for me. And I don't know, it was just weird. And the woman, her dad lived with them and he died, and so she needed to go to his house. They had still had the house even though he lived with them. They had to go to the house to clean it out and get it ready for sale. So she takes her daughter and the bunny. They always call it Bunny, but this is called Run Rabbit Run. Why wouldn't it be called Run Bunny Run? Like, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. And they go to this house, and then weird things happening. When they go to the house, I'm like, uh-oh, because I was watching this movie by myself, and I don't like scary movies by myself. I can't handle it. And then I realized, oh no, this is supposed to be a scary movie? Yikes. I did not know that, but I was too far in it to stop watching it. So I was just like, the whole time, you know. But then at the end of the movie, I was like, that wasn't scary at all. That was actually stupid. And, like, what the hell? There was, like, the daughter, I don't know, there was, like, some supernatural things. I don't know, like, the ghost of the sister, if she's dead, I don't know if she's, you know, whatever, like, embodied the daughter or something. And then when they go to the house, a bunch of weird stuff happens, where it was like, what is going on here? And then you find out what's going on, and you're like, oh my god, this movie is stupid. And then you find something out about the mom, and you're just like, I don't like you. And I don't like this movie. Like, the ending made me hate it. And I was like, I just wasted like an hour and a half of my life on this movie. What? So if you were on the fence, like, should I watch this? Should I not? Are the reviews true? Yeah, it kind of sucked. At first I was like, what's going on? This is kind of interesting. And then I was like, what is this movie? What's happening? And then I was like, oh no, this is a scary movie. And then I was like, this is weird. I hate it. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on if you like that type of movie. I don't know. It was like weird, and I was like kind of mad at the end, so I don't recommend that. There are 3 things that I highly, highly, highly recommend. Number 1 is Barbie the Movie. Fantastic. Number 2 is Platonic. Fantastic. And number 3 would be the Fablemans. Those 3 things I could watch over and over again. Really great. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.